Hello everyone and good morning. Most of you know me, Leslie French. If you don't, that's who I am. So my specialities are with anti-aging and longevity. So getting our bodies in better shape mentally and physically so that we can live our best and longest life. I look like I've been pulled through a bush backwards. Good morning, Gwen. All right, so this morning I want to talk to us about our cognitive wellness. Yeah, a lot of what I talk about is in relation to keeping that brain happy and healthy and reducing that stress. But this is going to specifically be on our cognitive wellness. All right, so our mental sharpness as we age can, if we're not doing the right things by our body, really make a massive difference to how we age as we get older, especially as we get over 40. Good morning, Lisa. I'll wave to you. Hello, Lisa. Okay, so it's about keeping our minds agile and vibrant as we grow older. And so how do we do that? And what are the factors that start to reduce our cognitive health? And there's a multitude of factors. One of the major ones is our stress levels. Then on top of that, our thought patterns. So if we're not gaining control of the stress and the thought patterns, this is how we can really start to lose that cognitive wellness. And I think that's a nice way of putting it, cognitive wellness. Your diet plays a massive part, so how you've eaten through your life, especially as we get past the age of 40, and I know pretty much everyone that watches me is over 40. Yes, we're all nodding. Yes, we are all over 40. Your physical activity, as I said, your thought patterns, and even the way you breathe. And you know I'm always on about the way we breathe and the effects that has on our mental and physical wellness. And a lot of it is especially your weight. Your weight can have a massive, the way you breathe has a massive impact on your weight as well. Anyway, we're talking about cognitive wellness today, not your weight. So the first step to really fixing that is your stress management. So how do we control the stress? Because if we don't, we end up with that brain fog. So we can end up with that really not being able to get that mental clarity that we want. We go to think about something and we've got all these other thoughts jumping in. It's all very foggy, nothing's clear. So stress management will really make a massive difference to how we can think on that daily basis. It's about protecting our brain. Yeah. So what we want to do in that situation, all the things I've mentioned in the past, your mindfulness, and that is not necessarily meditation. We seem to, when we hear the word mindfulness, we seem to think about somebody sitting cross-legged, not thinking about anything. Mindfulness is not about that. Yeah, and that's one of the things that I teach people is how do we do that? How do we do that? Your deep breathing, your regular exercise are all powerful tools to help you with that. The next thing for our cognitive wellness is our thought patterns, building that resilient mindset. And I know in all of the lives that I've done, I have given you some really, really handy hints and tools to utilize to build that resilient mindset. Because these have an absolutely profound impact on your long-term cognitive health. So we need to start thinking about it now, guys. It's pointless thinking about it when we have a problem, and that's what we tend to do in life, don't we? We tend to wait until we have a health issue before we then start to look for a solution for that health issue. But we really, ladies, we've got to start thinking about it now. We can't keep leaving our health. It's so important we get hold of it now. The longer we stay in whatever position you're in, the longer it takes to get out of it, or it can. So cultivating those positive thinking patterns, practicing gratitude is a massive one, ladies. Being grateful for what we have instead of being, why don't I have this and I wish I had that? But actually being grateful for what you've got now, the health you've got now, the family, your friends, whatever positive things you've got in your life, focusing on those. And staying mentally engaged is obviously pretty crucial to nurturing, that healthy, resilient brain. Next is fueling. So long-term cognitive health, we need to fuel that brain. So lots of omega-3. When we tend to eat a lot of things with vegetable oils in them, they've got a lot of omega-6 in them, which is not what we want. We don't want that omega-6. We want the omega-3, which is from your good fish. You know what you get that from. Yeah, everyone knows what they get their omega-3 from. If you feel you're not having enough of that, go and get yourself a supplement. I generally don't recommend supplements. We should be able to get everything from our food, but omega-3, I think that's something we should all be taking on a daily basis. There's enough scientific evidence to back that up. And of course, all our whole foods absolutely help with our cognitive function. And it's trying to prevent the age-related decline, because there's certain things that we can't really help, but there are a lot that we can. So getting on top of it now when you're in your younger years, and I still include 70 in your younger years up to 80, yes, I do, to start making those changes. It's never ever too late, because we want to fuel that brain with the food that it needs so that it can work, so that it can do its job. Then that leads us to physical activity. So the other thing that we have to do, whether it be strength training, some sort of functional movement, so strength, yoga, balance, anything where we can increase the blood flow to the brain. These are the things that are going to really, really help us. The more often you get the blood flow to the brain, the better, healthier your brain will be. We get a build-up in the brain, and through movement, pushing the blood, especially in little short bursts. So, and we don't have to do this for long. So something like a HIIT training interval, you only need to maybe do 2 or 3 little pushes of 10 to 15 seconds. I'll say that again, 10 to 15 seconds, 3 lots. What's that? 30 seconds split into 3 lots within an exercise routine that you're doing, whether you're walking, jogging, running, you could be riding a bike. If you put in a few short, sharp bursts, so you go as hard as you can for that 10 seconds, really pushes that heart rate up, gets the blood up to the brain, simple things like that, doing that 2 or 3 times a week, that's 30 seconds. What's that, 1.5 minutes out of all your activity that you do? Getting more blood to that brain can make a massive difference. Remember, we're talking about what we're going to be like in our 80s, 90s, and when we get to 100, yeah, I know I'm talking about that sort of age. But with the advent of all the things that we've got for our health, there's no reason we can't get there, but we want to have a sharp brain, don't we? You don't want to be a bit doolally when you get a bit older. No, we don't. And we want to stay out of aged care. So, we need a strong physical body with awesome balance, great strength, but we also need that nice, strong mind as well. Okay. And that also boosts your mood. When you move, it boosts your mood. We all know that, but it's getting the motivation to do the movement. I completely understand. Simple brain games, for example, I'll get you all to do this. So unless you're holding onto your phone, pop your phone down, grab your nose for me, grab your ear. And now all I'm going to get you to do is change them. So just change your nose and ear. Can you feel the difficulty that you have getting your nose and your ear swapping that quickly? Can you feel the disconnection with the brain? I'm pointing my finger and giving you a thumb. So give me a finger and a thumb. I just want you to swap them. Finger and a thumb. Some of you have probably got a gun. Don't have a gun. You want a finger and a thumb and swap them. But one of the most powerful things that you can do for your cognitive processing to enhance it is to use your other hand. We lead an automated life. Everything we do from the time we get up in the morning is completely automated. You get up, you take the sheets off of you with the same arm every morning. You probably swing your legs over the same side of the bed, yeah, probably. You get up and then you go and do the same thing. You may go and put a dressing gown on or something on, and then you'll go and put the kettle on, and you might go to the loo. Everything is done automated. But here's the thing, you use the same hand to do everything with. And herein lies the problem. If you got to reach and do everything with the same hand every single day for your whole life, it becomes so automated there is zero thought required to do that. So this is something that I absolutely love to recommend to people. If you use your left hand, so for example, putting the key in the door with the left hand, making a coffee with the left hand, if you go to reach for something, face cream, for example, you may go to reach for it with your right, take the lid off with your left. I want you to reach with the left and take the lid off with the right. Then you're going to have to negotiate putting your stuff on with a different hand. It feels different and requires thought. Brushing your teeth with the opposite hand, putting your socks and shoes on in a different order. Because you've got a sock, you've got a shoe, you've got laces. So how many different ways can you mix that up? Because I bet you pick your shoes up, you go to the same spot, you sit in the same spot, you put them on exactly the same way every day. Mix it up, change it. Why not? These are the things we need to do to keep our cognitive processing. And it's simple. But I'm going to give you a word of warning. If you decide that you're going to do that, give yourself extra time, because an automated process is such that you don't think, you just do. Now you're going to have to think about everything you do because you're going to use the opposite hand. Writing's obviously a bit difficult, and chopping vegetables don't do that either with the opposite hand. But everything else, start to grab everything, and if you go to use your right hand, if you're right-handed, swap it to that left hand. See how it feels. It's going to feel really funky because you're going to have to think. Here we go, using our brain for the things, our daily automated things. Now, last but not least, and probably the most important thing, are your breathing patterns. If you are not breathing functionally, and you've heard me say this a million times because it's relevant to everything in our health. If you have unfunctional breathing patterns, such as breathing through your mouth, it is impossible for your body to stay in a state of homeostasis. Homeostasis is when every system in your body is functioning together as it should. Yep. So your lymphatic draining system, your respiratory system, your cardiovascular system, your digestive system. That's what I'm talking about. All of those systems working synergistically together to give you a healthy body. We go to the doctor, we tell them what our problem is, what part of the body it's, and that's the only part of the body that gets looked at. But I can tell you for a fact now that the majority of the stuff that we go to the doctor for is not in the area that it is. It didn't start there. It probably started somewhere else within the body. Pretty much every ache and pain and thing that we have doesn't generally start from the spot that it ends up in. This is why we need to look at the breath as our first port of call for everything. Because here's the thing, ladies, if you are not breathing functionally and you using your neck and your shoulders to breathe with, instead of your diaphragm, you cannot have a healthy body. Your body will keep flipping into stress response because it doesn't have the means of which to run the body that you're living in properly. So remember, you're struggling with these things, come and have a couple of sessions with me. We can do it online. You don't even need to leave your house. And that's what I'm here for, is to guide us through this so that we can be the best us's we can be. I know that's not a word, and I don't care. So by incorporating all these different practicing, making sure that you're having a healthy diet, that you're getting the rest that you need, that you are not in your constant stress. If you get up every morning and you start your day with the same thought that you started the day before, how do you expect it to change? It can't. But we still all do the same thing. It's a matter of stop, change, acknowledge. Acknowledge sits in between that. So stop, acknowledge what you're doing, and then say to yourself, change, and actually start to get this going in a different direction. If you're struggling, come and see me. Anywho, have an awesome rest of your day. These are just simple things that we can do to make sure that we keep our cognitive processing as we grow older. Using your left hand, making sure you're eating a better diet. You've all heard it before. There's nothing this morning that I've told you have not heard. It is the basics of life, guys. Stop going to your doctor and saying, oh, is there a tablet to fix this? Yes, there is. There's probably a tablet to fix everything, and it all comes with a nasty side effect, and you all know that too. Anyway, I'm not trying to bag anything here, by the way. We just need to become our own best cheerleaders for making ourselves healthy. Have a wonderful Monday. I will see you somewhere about, maybe in one of my classes, or next Monday. What am I doing next Monday? I'll tell you now. What am I doing next Monday? Changing the perspective on aging, why growing older doesn't mean growing weaker. That's what we're going to talk about next week. Okay. Goodbye, everybody. Please, in the comments, #replay if you're watching this after the event, but also if there's certain things you want me to talk about, pop it in the comments, guys. What do you need from me? Have a great day, and we'll speak soon.